The chair of the full committee, Dr. Foxx, is recognized.
Thank you, Chairman Kiley. I appreciate, and I thank our witnesses for being here today. It's an important issue, and I'm very grateful for this. I will make one just brief comment before I ask my question, is that unfortunately, what Ms. Conti was talking about is there's just a lot of people in this country who don't want to work, period, and want somebody else to take care of them. And that's not what this country's all about. What we need, we have great opportunities in this country for people to be successful if they want to work hard. Ms. Pamwala, being considered an exempt employee has benefits for both the employer and employee. As noted in your written testimony and in your comments, for many, the flexibility of being a salaried employee allows them to grow within the organization. And as you said earlier to Ms. Miller, to feel a part of the organization. What else can you tell us about how your employees value their exempt status that you might not have said to Ms. Miller?
I think, thank you, Chairwoman. And I'll go back to what you just said. When I started in 1991 in the hotel business, actually 2001, I'll correct that. When I started in the hotel business, I did everything. I did the housekeeping, I did the front desk, I did the maintenance, I cleaned the toilets, I did everything that I needed to do. And even during pandemic, to your point, when we had a huge labor shortage, nobody wanted to work, I was doing that. I was doing that with my kids. My daughter's 19-year-old. I was doing that with my husband. So I think the flexibility is a huge part of it for our employees, because as I mentioned earlier to Congressman Miller, that it is not a once-in-a-while kind of situation. It's pretty much almost a weekly basis with the different employees. So that's definitely one of it. But I also think that the relationship and demoralization of the employees is also, because if I'm on a salary for 5 to 10 years with my employer and all of a sudden I'm on hourly because of this new rule implementation, how would I pay my bills on a consistent basis? We have hotels, a couple of hotels in New Jersey in Ocean City, and during the summer we have more occupancy. In winter we have a very small occupancy. We barely have 10, 15 rooms per day. But our salaried employees are salaried throughout the years because they're getting the consistent paycheck throughout the years. They're not worried that, oh, now in wintertime I have to find another job or fill my hours. So I think that there's a lot of things, but my concern is not just the financial burden, which is a huge concern, the implementation, and also how would the relationship turn out between the employer and employees that we've had such a...
Thank you very much. Mr. DeCamp, we've heard from countless industries and individuals that this rule is bad for exempt employees. Based on your experience with wage and hour division regulations, what will be the effect of raising the overtime salary threshold on currently exempt employees who will need to be reclassified?
The main issue that happens when you get reclassified from exempt to non-exempt is that you go from the security of a week-in, week-out salary or a bi-monthly salary, it's regular, you can pay your bills, to a great level of insecurity of knowing that your income depends on the vicissitudes of the workflow. It's also seen, and it's been said by other witnesses, it's a huge demotion morally. When you're thinking about it, you lose the opportunity to participate in the higher level of benefits that are typically available for exempt employees. You lose flexibility in your working arrangement. And the employer now doesn't have the ability to offer the same kind of training and developmental opportunities to you, because now that comes at a marginal cost per dollar.
Right. Why did the Department of Labor originally implement an overtime salary threshold?
The purpose was very simple. The purpose was to weed out those individuals who merely had a title of manager or supervisor but weren't really doing manager supervisor work. The notion of the bona fide executive, administrative, or professional employee really focuses on people who are doing the real work that those exemptions were meant to cover. The salary threshold was meant to essentially weed out people whose pay was so low that there was very little chance, very little likelihood that they would actually be exempt under the duties test. It was never meant to do anything more than that. It was never meant to weed out people who are actually performing exempt qualifying duties, who are bona fide executive, administrative, or professional.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My time has expired. I yield back.
Thank you very much. I would like to focus my